time to check in with CoinDesk Global Policy and Regulation Managing Editor Nick Day, who is also the editor of CoinDesk's The State of Crypto newsletter. Welcome, Nick. So we learned on Friday that Colonial Pipeline paid a roughly $5 million ransom in untraceable cryptocurrency to allegedly Eastern European hackers. Do we have an update on that?
Yeah, so according to Elliptic, that actually was paid in Bitcoin. It was about 75 Bitcoin, so hardly untraceable. Although, if the entity that created the ransomware and deployed it used mixers or, other services, it's very possible that it will be difficult to trace. But that's where it is. And now DarkSide, the entity that created the ransomware, they say that they are shutting down. It looks like it may just be, they're getting a lot of attention. They're in the limelight. They want to kind of rebrand, get that spotlight off of them, and set up shop elsewhere without having to carry the same baggage.
Hey Nick, you have your finger on the pulse, probably like very few others, in terms of the direction of where regulation and policy making is going. I'm wondering whether this particular ransomware attack, which is one of the more high-profile ones we've seen, is there any concerns that it might provoke a regulatory backlash of some sense against cryptocurrencies?
Yeah, I think that's the big thing because, as everyone might recall, just a few weeks ago there was this public-private partnership creating a ransomware task force that published a report saying, crypto is a vector that helps make ransomware work because people can, pay the ransoms using crypto. And the recommendations were to ensure even, regulation around cryptocurrency exchanges worldwide. So the fact that this was such a high-profile ransomware attack, and even, after that, after Colonial paid, the Irish Health Service is now facing a ransomware attack, and 4 subsidiaries of cybersecurity insurance giant AXA is facing ransomware attacks. I think there is definitely a legitimate concern that there will be more scrutiny around how crypto payments are being used. The Biden administration just last week also published an executive order around cybersecurity and addressing some of these issues. It didn't directly mention crypto or how these things are paid, but generally government advice is to not pay the ransom. So the fact that some companies are willing to pay just might bring further attention to what's happening here.
Nick, there's a crypto-related bill backed by Senator Lummis. Can you just quickly tell us what the status of that is and what the significance of it is?
Yeah, so this is the Endless Frontier Act sponsored by Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. Last week, I believe it was last week or possibly the week before, Senator Lummis, along with Senator Kristen Sinema, added an amendment basically making distributed ledger technology a part of it. So what the act does is creates a technology directorate within the United States and gives it 10 or 11, they call it technology focus areas or key technology areas, that the directorate will create a strategy around and basically prioritize over the coming years. I believe it's the next 4 years if the bill is passed and signed into law. And because of the amendment, distributed ledger technology will be part of that. This bill will be debated tonight, and I imagine it's going to be passed. It has bipartisan support. It's been sponsored by a Senate Majority Leader. So it's very possible that by the end of the day or by the end of this week, the Senate will pass a bill that says blockchain is a priority for the U.S. to study.